It's listed in many ghost town directories, but as we come down the hill into the old gold rush town of Hornitos, we can see there are still a few living among the spirits. Now home to only about 65 people, the mining town of Hornitos is a sleepy little village. Only a few ruins tell of the days when 8,000 rough and rowdy souls called it home. We're here in the ghost town of Hornitos, California, and behind me you can see the remains of the Ghirardelli chocolate factory. Italian chocolate maker Domingo Ghirardelli set up his shop here around 1850. A couple of years later, he moved to San Francisco where the company he founded still flourishes today. The company now owns this little plot of land with its ruins in Hornitos. Across the street is what can generously be called downtown Hornitos. In this plaza, an old closed saloon sits next to the post office, which is also next to an old closed cafe. At the other end of the lot is the current quiet saloon where you can get a friendly drink and shoot a game of pool. The old cafe still has its furniture and fixtures, but is only collecting dust these days instead of customers. Behind the town is Burns Creek, which is the major source for the area's gold. The tiny post office is one of 3 retail businesses still open in town, but a notice on the door tells us that it may be closing soon. A bulletin board next to the post office lists the town's events, news, and ads. As we take a stroll up to the other end of town, we find some history. In this lot next to the Ghirardelli ruins, we find the boarded up entrance to an old brothel tunnel. In the gold rush days, the town had a few bordellos built under the saloons. The tunnels allowed respectable citizens to visit without being seen. This old saloon connects with this collapsed tunnel across the street. At the north end of town, this restored general store now serves as a gift shop. It's also wheelchair accessible.
So as far as ghost town go, Hornitos is, I wouldn't really call it an actual ghost town yet, but it seems to be on its way. I think there's about 65 people that still live in the area. Most of the businesses are long gone. The post office is about to check out. So you're looking at a ghost town in the making right here. I suppose the people that live here wouldn't really appreciate that because they still like it. They still live here and they're still making their way. But still a nice little place. Nice place to come for a visit for the day and see the history of a little gold mining town like this. There's lots of little towns like this up in the Motherlode. Just so fun to explore for a day.
On top of the hill lies this church, built in 1860, which also guards the cemetery. The ground here is very hard, so early settlers buried their dead above ground. The appearance of the graves gave this town its name, which means little ovens in Spanish. This wooden marker has been weathered so much nothing is left to read. Other markers nearby are in much better shape. As we drive back down the hill, we pause to let a flock of wild turkeys cross the road. With that, our day in Hornitos is done. It's a very scenic drive over green rolling hills as we make our way out of this historic place. I'm Tim Music for the World on Wheels.